I'm back, y'all, and I gotta do this real fast before my camera die. Okay, so basically, after I called my best friend or whatever, my best friend Asia, you know, she like, okay, I'm gonna be on my way. So she get to the house or whatever, and she on a time limit because she gotta really get back to work or whatever. So she was just leaving to come take me to my best friend's house or whatever. But she ended up getting a call from her husband, and then she had to basically take me back to my mama's house after I had got all of my stuff together and after we dropped off the kids. Because when she got to me, I called Israel or whatever, and I'm telling him, like, you know, I know my mama always threatening to put me out and stuff, but this time she really is. So I'm about to leave, you know, can we bring the kids to you? And Israel, he was basically cussing me out, you know, basically saying like, no, take the kids with you wherever you go. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to take them to my best friend's house like that or whatever. I'm like, they've never been around him, so I don't really want to take them. You know, well, you need to, he was basically saying like, well, I need to find somewhere else to go so that I could take the kids with me. And I'm like, I really don't have nowhere else to go, like that, whatever. So he finally was like, all right, well, just bring them, like that, whatever. So my best friend, she drove me to, you know, Israel, and I dropped the kids off with him. And Kaiden was still at the house, but his dad was getting ready to come and pick him up from my mother's house. So like I said, on our way going to my best friend's house after we dropped off Caleb and Lavell, she got a call from her husband, and she had to hurry up and get back to work basically. And she wound up having to bring me back to my mother's house. So at that point I was kind of irritated, because I'm like, damn, like now I gotta ask my mama to take me somewhere. And I really, you know, I was mad at her like that. So I'm like, damn, like I really don't want to even say nothing to her. I don't really want to come back to the house right now. So I'm just like, put my pride aside, whatever. So I got all of my bags out of her car, and they all just sitting on the porch. So I'm like, Mom, can you know take me to my best friend's house? And she like, yeah, like that. So Kaiden's dad wound up coming to get him, and then she drove me to my best friend's house. Like that or whatever. So that whole ride to my best friend's house was just so awkward, because I'm just like, dog, like that's so crazy. And then at the same time I was kind of happy though, because I'm like, I can finally be somewhere where I feel welcomed, and I don't feel like I'm gonna be a burden on him, because I'm like, I'm getting ready to pay him rent. I mean, it was crazy because it was gonna still be the same way if I was staying with my mom, because I'm paying her rent right now. So you know what I'm saying, I'm like, I would have been paying her rent once my checks would have started coming or whatever. But I'm just like, at that point I was kind of happy, because I'm like, at least, you know, I don't got to worry about nobody trying to put me out the house every other month, you know, bringing up me leaving and all of that stuff. So I get to his house and everything is cool, right? Wrong. Listen. So later that night, his baby mama came. And he had already told her before I even got over there that I was coming over to stay with him and everything. Now, I don't think she knew that I was really going to be staying. Like, I don't know what she was thinking, but she was ready to fight. She did not want me there with her kids, you know, and that's her right. But at the same time, you know, it's like, that's not your house. You can't tell somebody to leave somebody's house, right? Especially if the person is welcoming that person to their home, like that, whatever. But I can definitely understand, you know, her not wanting me to be around her kids or whatever, and that's cool. So, you know, basically that happened. And so when she came, I was taking a shower or whatever, right? I was in the shower. Actually, I was getting out the shower when she came, and she was basically cussing him out, like, you know, who is this girl, da da da, right? So she, like, I can hear her kind of saying like, you know, I want to meet her or whatever, but she was just sounding real aggressive. So, you know, he like, you know, it's my best friend, blah blah blah. And she basically was not trying to hear none of that. So she putting her hands on my best friend and everything like that, like he trying to kind of like push her back out the house, like, you know, like, stop, you know, you being extra, da da da. So I finally dry off, come out the shower and everything, and I come out, and they just talking regular, right? They not arguing or nothing like that. So I'm like, I'm really just like in the front room, just kind of chilling. And so she like, well, you know, let me meet her, let me talk to her. But like I said, she was being real aggressive, like she wanted to fight me or something like that. So she like, I don't want her here or something, like she said something like that. And so they wound up going outside, and you could still hear them arguing and stuff. And so her kids was there, you know, their kids was there, so they was, you know, looking all scared and stuff. So I'm like, it's okay, they just having a disagreement right now, you know, don't be scared. And I'm like, you know, basically just telling them like, just go back in the room, go finish watching TV like y'all was doing, like that, whatever. Because I didn't want them to see their parents arguing, you know what I'm saying? So that happened. So he come back in or whatever, and I'm like, best friend, it's okay. Like, she's still at the door though. So I'm like, best friend, it's okay, just let me talk to her. Like, you know, she wanna meet me, it's okay. Like, let her meet me, because I am gonna be staying here, right? Like that. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, let her meet me, like that. So he like, no, I'm best friend, because she on some other stuff. She don't want to just meet you. She seeming like she want to fight, and I'm not about to let her touch you, da da da. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I wanted to, she like, okay, she calmed down. So I'm like, okay, it's all right, best friend, just let me meet her. So I come up to the door. So she like, so is you and, let's just call my best friend, we gonna say his name is Brian. Okay, we just gonna say his name is Brian. So she was like, so is you and Brian basically like, is y'all having sex together and stuff? So I'm like, no, we just friends. Like, it's nothing like that, right? So she like, oh, okay, so you gonna be staying here or whatever? And I was like, yeah, like that. And she was like, oh, okay. And then it's like she just calmed all the way down. And then it's like everything, when I woke up the next day or whatever, everything just started back up. And so this time she like, oh, well, she like, well, I'm about to go to work, so she better not be here when I get back, or some other stuff. I'm gonna be honest, like, she was saying so much stuff that I honestly don't even remember everything she was saying. But I just remember her saying something like, you know, I better not be there when she get back. So I'm just like, girl, like, you is yourself. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I'm just like, see, what it was she thought that I was an ugly best friend. So she probably was thinking, like, when she saw me, she probably was like, oh dang, she all small and cute, my baby daddy probably want to be with her, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting out of that, because she just went from 0 to 1,000 out of nowhere. So yeah, so I wound up telling my best friend, like, you know what, best friend, I don't even want to stay. I'm like, I'm about to just find somewhere else to go, because I don't want to be causing chaos in your household. I'm like, that's not what I was coming here for. I don't want your kids to see you and your baby mama arguing and fighting and stuff, especially not over me, like that. So he like, no, best friend, you ain't got to go. She don't live here. She got a whole boyfriend. Like, I don't know why she tripping, blah, blah, blah. So, and basically, you know, she was basically saying, like, the night before, like, do she know that you be still effing me and all of this other stuff? And I'm just like, girl, like, that's your baby daddy. Like, if he's still messing with you in that way, then okay, like, we're just best friends. Like, we're not in a relationship. Like, I'm just I'm like, so I'm like, she basically telling me all this information for no reason, because I don't need to know all that, like that, whatever. So yeah, after that, like I said, this is the next day or whatever. So I'm telling my best friend, like I said, like, yeah, best friend, you know, I don't want to cause no chaos in your house. I don't want your kids to see you and your baby mama arguing. So I'ma just leave, like that, whatever. I'm like, because I can't have her every time she come here and she see me, it's gonna be a problem. Like, no, like, I don't want to live like that, and I don't want you to have to live like that, because this is your house, like that, whatever. So he like, best friend, you really do not gotta leave, like, and I'm just like, it's okay, best friend, like, it's really okay. So I just put my pride aside. I text my mama, and I text my mama, and I was like, you know, is it okay if I just come back? because I'm like, the situation with my baby. So as I'm basically, you know, I'm telling my mama, like, you know, is it alright if I come back? And you know, she was saying like, yeah, it's okay. So at this moment, my mom was at work, and she couldn't come pick me up or whatever. So I'm texting my cousin, and I'm like, hey. No, I called her. I'm like, hey, you know, Lex, can you come and get me? Because I'm like, my best friend, his baby mama tripping. You know, she tripping on him. She don't want me to be here while her kid's here, like that, whatever. And I'm like, really, I'm supposed to be living here, but I'm like, obviously the living situation is about to be different now. I'm like, because she tripping, and I'm not about to have her tripping on my best friend, like that, whatever, about me being here. So, you know, can you just come and pick me up and take me back to the crib? So she's like, yeah, I got you, da, da, da. So that is the story time of my mother putting me out. I'm telling y'all, that girl wanted to fight me, y'all. Like, she was trying to get to me. Like, my best friend was not about to let her fight me. Like, he was not about to let her put her hands on me. Like, she in the doorway or whatever, and she like trying to push through him. Like, my best friend's skinny, she trying to push through him, like, no, let me be her, let me see her, like that, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm just standing I'm really just standing there like, this is going, like, this is crazy. And then, like I said, when it was all said and done, like the next morning or whatever, he talking to me like, best friend, I don't know what she was tripping about. Like, we is not together no more. Like, she got a whole, like, she know that I be talking to other people, so I don't know what she tripping about. And then he like, and then I told her that you was coming, so I don't know what she tripping about. But yeah, y'all, that was crazy. And like I said, I wound up having to come back to my mama's house anyway, because like I said, it was just too much going on. But everything is okay now, because as y'all can clearly see, I'm still with my mom or whatever. But yeah. Oh, and I left out a detail in the first video leading up to me leaving. So all while me and my mom is doing this back and forth talking or whatever about me leaving and stuff like that, and her putting me out, before all of that happened, like months before that happened, she gave me a paper basically saying that I had to be out of the house by 2023, like that, whatever. And I had to either start working. It was either working, going to school, or something like that. And I had to be out by 2023, like that, whatever. Like, she was supposed, like, she was gonna give me time to either build my business, because y'all know I got a business, build my business, get a job, or whatever, like that. And I would have to be out by 2023. So I'm like, okay, it's only 2021. Like, what are you doing? Like, you had me signing a contract, like, now you trying to change it saying that I gotta leave now? So yeah, that was just threw me for a whole loop. That's another reason why I was really pissed off. Like, why would you have me sign a contract for you saying that I would leave, and you know, you would let me basically build my business and stack my money up, and then me finally be able to get out by 2023? Like, why would you try to make me leave? Like, I signed that contract in December. She was trying to put me out in June, December, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Like, what the heck? Like, dog, like, I was just really pissed off. If you guys like this story time, please give it a thumbs up. Comment, please comment. I love when y'all comment. Make sure you guys subscribe. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. I do have a music channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to my music channel. It's going to be on one of these corners. And please, y'all, put that notification bell on, because you will be notified every time I make an upload. And I will be doing another story time soon for you guys, but make sure y'all check out my vlogs as well. If this was your first time coming to my channel, I do make vlogs. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.